I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. So we have with us today the two-time heavyweight champion of the world, the famous Shannon Briggs. How you doing?
I'm good, Shannon. How about yourself?
Thank God. Thank you for asking. And I'm really glad to have you with us today. I figured you probably got the same old questions, so I'm going to ask you a couple of things that might be like out of the regular, if you don't mind.
Cool.
First of all, I know that you are a big proponent of optimism because you Shannon the Cannon, you got this thing about let's go, let's go. So I feel like you're a big proponent of optimism. And I feel that that's like a great message that you share with the world, that you got to keep pushing, stay happy, push through whatever challenges you got. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what sometimes all you have, is yourself. And you might not have a support team, you might not have family, you might be, by yourself. And you gotta stand up for yourself and stand tall. So all you got is you, and you got to be optimistic about, what you feed yourself in regards to your thoughts, what you watch, what you listen to, what you take in, because what you take in is like I consider like a computer board, like you program yourself with what you watch, what you listen to, and you got to talk to yourself, right? So I believe talking to yourself optimistic as possible is the only way.
Gotcha.
Sometimes, yeah.
Go ahead. Sometimes what?
I said sometimes that's all you have is yourself, and you got to be optimistic and tell yourself, I got to make it. I got to make it.
Yeah, even you're in a circle, but at the end of the day, there's only you. I get that.
That's it.
I got another question for you. I think I told you I used to do a little fighting of my own, never professional. I boxed out of Starrett City Boxing Club. You familiar with it?
Very familiar. Me too.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Hardcore.
Started there when I was 16 years old.
Nice. Yeah, I came when I was in my 30s, and these kids were bringing home all the trophies. It was wild. My question for you is like this, right? People look at guys like you know, Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs, all these guys, and they think you guys are like superheroes. But, as you're well known to be one of the hardest hitters in the business, I guess my question is, when you get hit, when you're up there and the lights are on you and everybody feels like, oh, this is like two superheroes going at it. I know it hurts, and people like when they see that you get beaten a fight or they see that you're at a challenge at it. But I feel like the best fights you got are the ones where you're going at it. And like you were a heavyweight. I mean, you're getting hit. Like it hurts, man. Like you're human, right? How do you deal with it? And you're on show. Everybody's looking at you. How does that feel?
I mean, it's something, Ari, that you prepare yourself for. You kind of preparation is for that, to be prepared to take a punch. It's like anything. You watch people like kickboxers, sometimes I look at them, the kicks they take and the kicks they give to the bag and to each other. I say, wow, amazing how they can take that. But anything you do, if you do it repeatedly, you'll get used to it. You get trained. So they trained over time to take leg kicks. The same thing with taking headshots and body shots. You train, you prepare yourself. And when it's fight night, you hope that all the preparation, has you ready for that night, because your ass is in trouble if you're not.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's funny. So many fighters I've interviewed, and like it all comes down to the same things that happen in the ring. These are all lessons for life. It's crazy. It's like you could be philosophizing right now, not even be talking about the ring.
Yeah, it's crazy. Life is boxing is like life, and life is like boxing, right? It's a fight for some of us. For most of us, you gotta make it. You gotta find a way to make it in life, and most of us aren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth, so we gotta find a way. Fortunately for me, I found boxing, and I had a troubled childhood, and life wasn't easy, but fortunately, I found boxing, and it gave me an opportunity to make a life for myself. Luckily I went to the gym when I went, and it gave me something. I had nothing. I was homeless. I was a lost kid in a lot of ways. with not a lot of potential for the future. And luckily, I got in boxing, and it was able to give me a life.
Yeah, and you're having a good time now. I see you on all the social media. I feel like you're really having the time of your life out there. You're really approaching it, accepting it.
Yeah,
It's
it's fun. It's a battle. It's still a battle, though. It's just like life. You still, got to fight and get knocked down in business deals, and you got to get back up and keep trying, keep swinging.
yeah, yeah. So I got one more question for you. I don't know if you see this one coming a mile away, but I gotta ask it. And then all right, here goes. You versus Mike Tyson. From what I understand, there was a discrepancy where you just missed each other. You were a light heavyweight, he was heavyweight. You were heavyweight, and you guys were just in two different spots. You were coming up, he was coming down. You versus Mike Tyson. How do you see it back in the day?
Mike will win easy,
Michael win easy?
easy.
Is, is that you being humble?
No, being honest, he was an animal. He was a different type of a fighter. He was dedicated. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. I
No
had a
worries.
call. No, he was an animal. He was a different breed of animal. You know, you change this, you change that. It's a competitive fight for a while, but different type of animal, different type of experience. He had a lot of amateur fights. I didn't. He was just a different type of human being, different life, different altogether, different, better fighter, stronger, faster than me. He was everything. But in my life, I can only determine my life. For me, I did amazing. For a kid to start at 16, I only have a couple of amateur fights, 30, if that. If that, I can say 30, but maybe I didn't even have that many. Um, so, to do good as an amateur, turn pro, who knows? It could have been better, it could have been worse, but the great Mike Tyson, no, I was just in a different league, different time. I was, following his footsteps in regard to just trying to make a living. But in regards to boxing now I'm an older man now.
Right.
If you say to Shannon Briggs now, you know, my last title run, I was in, I got in pretty good shape. Uh, but you look at me now, I'm a different person. It's crazy because I feel like when I got older, I got mentally better. Whereas when I was young, I was distracted. When I was young, I was, I didn't understand. I wasn't mature enough to know what was at stake and know what was going on. Now that I'm 51 years old, I'm like, wow. I look back and say, wow, I had the world, but again, I wasn't in the right mentality. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the right people around me. I myself wasn't mature enough to say, hey, yo, this is what I got to do. So I did okay though. I did great considering I have 2 heavyweight titles in the room, and you know what I mean. I've traveled the world. I was able to feed my family for this long, and it's a life. I could have been a janitor. I could have went to I could have went to prison, died. I could have been a drug dealer. I could have been a lot of things. I became a boxer and I became a heavyweight champion of the world twice. Not bad for a kid who had no aspirations, homeless, on his own, no brothers and sisters. My mom's died on my birthday. My mother died of a heroin overdose on my birthday. My father died in prison. You know what I'm saying? Only child. For me to succeed and to make it in life is a pat on my back. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because I could have been dead. I ain't have nothing. I ain't have nobody, no support, just the champ, Shannon Cannon. So, it's been ups and downs, but I'm still here and I'm still swinging.
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's why I asked you to come on here. I mean, I get options with a lot of people, and I don't see anything behind them. And just from watching you on there living your best life, I felt that there was something to chat about. Um, are you shocked that you were a two-time heavyweight champion of the world? Does
Um,
it come like in a vacuum, or does it slowly creep up on you? Like, how does that happen to a person?
no, it was. I had a lot of, I pat myself on the back because I maneuvered myself When I say maneuver, meaning manage myself in a lot of ways that was unseen for the public, meaning fights I took, positioning myself, learning the game. Okay, this is how it goes. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to be, with this manager. I need to try to get with this promoter. And it wasn't easy. I was told no. I was sometimes put in positions where I was going to lose, was picked to lose, and had to say, nah, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ready. And I had to know. I had to manage myself. Whereas that was frowned upon. Who do you think you are? You got to take the fight. You're just a fighter. So I was like, nah, I gotta manage myself because it's my health and it's the future. Because I can see what happened to other fighters once they lose or once this and that. Losses is one thing, but once they get knocked out and beat up, they get disrespected. They not, they broke. So for me, I was always conscious of making moves, and this turned off a lot of people in behind the scenes, managers, promoters, networks, who was like, oh, they wanted me to just do what they said, and I wasn't with that. I was like, nah, that's not going on. I'm not, I gotta try. I met a dude a long time ago. He told me one thing you gotta do is you gotta try. So I had to try to protect myself the best I possibly could, even if my management was like not in my best interest. It was for the money. Like, nah, you take this fight, you're gonna get X amount of dollars. I was like, nah, I ain't ready. Or I had to be smart. I had to be thinking, because even a manager might not be with you. He might be a manager, but especially back in my days in the 90s, man, they throw you under the bus to propel their career to the next person. So I caught a lot of flack, but I maneuvered myself into two heavyweight titles. And even if I fought a couple more times, I think that I won the title twice. I fought Lennox Lewis and Klitschko.
Right.
So I had some big fights, but in retrospect, I did what I had. In retrospect, looking back, I did a pretty good job of maneuvering and managing myself in regards to making decisions that might not have been in their best interest, but it was in mine. You know what I'm saying? So that took a lot of skill.
Yeah, that's rough. It sounds like you were missing that piece of it of having a team. If you're a manager, if you don't feel like he's locked in with you, that really puts you as like a lone wolf. That's rough.
I've been a lone wolf, man, from amateur, from the day I went to the gym. Lone wolf, whole career, lone wolf, still lone wolf. I'm out here, in the business world, you know what I'm saying? Fighting, taking punches, taking blows, ups and downs, man.
Yeah, it ain't easy. Thank you, Shannon. I really appreciate your time, man.
You the champ, Ari. Good luck with your career and with your channel. I think you're gonna do really good. You're very well spoken and articulate. You have a very relaxing monotone with your voice, so I think you're gonna get the people, champ.
I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, brother. You have a great day.
Wait, I almost forgot. I made a point in the back of my mind of remembering that before you go off, we got to say, let's go.
Ooh, wait a minute. I was about to tell you. I was going to ask you for a favor.
We got to end off with that.
I want to ask you for a favor.
Of course. Anything.
Ari.
Yes.
Can I get a let's go, champ?
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. That's right.
That's your faith in the world. You believe everybody's got the champ in them. That's what I like about you.
That's right.
It don't matter.
Activated.
God's got us all blessed. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, champ. Have a great day, brother.